and Sierra Leonean Peace Ambassador Alhaji Amadou Ba, popularly known as LAJ, and Kwezo Kouoma have been granted bail. Hello again and welcome from wherever you are joining me from tonight. I am Phoebe Swiel with Primetime News. First in the news. Now, Sierra Leone is placing clean cooking at the heart of its efforts to advance gender equality and protect children. This was highlighted during a high-level ECOWAS dialogue held here in Freetown. Let's hear from His Excellency President Julius Maada Bio at the official launch of the high-level policy dialogue on clean cooking, gender equality and child protection.
It is early morning somewhere in Sierra Leone. The sun has not yet risen. A woman, and for the sake of Sierra Leone, I will call her Aissata, because that's the name that is present in thousands of our households in Sierra Leone. She is already awake. She is at the fireside. She is cooking for her children before they leave for school. She is doing what she has done every morning of her adult life. What her mother did before her, and her mother's mother before that. The smoke fills the room. Her children are still sleeping nearby. They are breathing in every part of that smoke. And let me say this, Aissata, we spent nearly 5 hours today in proximity to that fire. Should we do it tomorrow again? And even the day after? She does not think of this as a crisis. She thinks of it as breakfast for the family. That is where we are here to change. So, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, there are issues that define the daily reality of our people.
Now, efforts to strengthen democratic governance in Sierra Leone are gaining momentum as stakeholders push for broad citizenship participation beyond elections. The African Union's Economic, Social and Cultural Council, ECOSOC, is leading discussions to reshape how democracy is understood and practiced. Speaking on AYV's Wake Up Sierra Leone, experts emphasized the need for stronger institutions, inclusive dialogue and innovative approaches, including art, to make democracy more accessible. Let's get highlight.
The things that we want to promote in Sierra Leone is ensuring that the tenets of democracy are being adhered to right across the country, in terms of ensuring that institutions are managed, run, operationalized in a manner that is seen to be independent, but also to promote the issue around accountability, and then also to advance the issue around our democratic principles. So civil society organizations have been encouraged to integrate democratic discourse in their existing programs, with or without funding, because the people that we are representing, a good number of them do not have the information, especially in rural communities, places like Kailaun, places like Pujeun, Falaba, for instance. Our niche is for us to be able to engage those communities with the right information as civil society organizations and let them know that we are there to complement whatever the government of Sierra Leone is promoting in terms of advancing our democracy. So civil society organization has an agenda, to promote the issue around human rights discourse at community level, but also a just, society where every citizens, their voices matters in issues that are bordering on their economic and social well-being. So civil society organizations are strategically positioned in a manner in which they represent the voice of the voiceless in terms of amplifying the voices of the marginalized and destitute people in communities. So on Friday, we had lengthy discussions as to how civil society organizations, the media, could play a critical role in ensuring that we strengthen our democratic process.
My specific demographic, it might be a bit easier. I think the bigger concern is getting access to the right narratives and the right information. There's unprecedented access to information considering social media and the ease, but now our minds are then under attack. Who is giving us information and who is deciding how we perceive ourselves as Africans?
The Wages and Compensation Commission is mandated to determine wages and compensation for public sector employees, ensuring equity and merit in remuneration. Now, the Wages and Compensation Act has centralized the authority to determine benefits, pensions, and gratuities for all public officials and employees paid from the Consolidated Fund, engaging the level of impact on the institution in Sierra Leone's governance. Let's have a highlight.
Those that have over the years served the government and people of Sierra Leone in the public service are looking forward to the work of the Commission. We have been charged with the responsibility to determine the wages and compensation for all public sector employees, and at the same time ensure that we harmonize the public sector pay to reflect equity and merit. So the vast majority of people who over the years have had to work in several departments and agencies where they have comparative analysis of colleagues who are in other departments and agencies whom they have the same qualifications, same work experience and responsibilities are being paid differently are those that are more looking forward to the work of the Commission. We want to assure them that the Commission has been working assiduously to ensure that we live up to our responsibility, and have made some submissions to the government for action.
So currently, what is the minimum wage for any employee at the moment?
Well, it is going to be reflected this April 1,500. That's the main responsibility of the Ministry of Labour, actually, Ministry of Employment, Labour and Social Security, to ensure that they monitor the compliance, right, of the employment regulations in the country. And I think for the last few years, I think they have been doing that rather almost effectively. We, on our part, we just give them support. We also have a department that has to do with compliance, but since it is a new institution, we have not expanded to that much. But in terms of that particular function, that is the responsibility of the Ministry of Employment. We give them professional advice, especially in the determination of the minimum wage. The Director of Compensation participates in the fixing of the minimum wage, and when once it is fixed in terms of ensuring that it is being implemented, that is also part of our responsibility.
Now, the Youth Network in Elections and Governance in Sierra Leone has put together the first ever Grand National Youth Award, recognizing 65 of the most influential young leaders across all 16 districts of the country. The initiative aims to celebrate exemplary youth leadership, inspire positive role models, and promote peaceful civic engagement nationwide. Our reporter Isa Bangua has more.
In a vibrant ceremony filled with energy and inspiration, young leaders from across Sierra Leone gathered to be honored for their impact in communities nationwide. The Grand National Youth Award, organized by the Youth Network in Elections and Governance Sierra Leone, brought together stakeholders from government, civil society, and youth groups to celebrate innovation, leadership, and commitment to national development. A total of 65 young individuals were recognized for their contributions in areas including governance, education, entrepreneurship, peace building and community service.
I feel important, I feel valued, I feel beloved to be among the awardees. And I'm so happy because I'm among them. They are all disabled, but because they think society are rejecting them, they should stay back. They want to all disabled push more. The disability should not be a limitation to you. Because if only there are determinations in you, I know one day you too will be among the awardees.
Organizers say the awards are not just about recognition, but about inspiring a new generation of leaders committed to democratic values and peaceful civic participation.
Certainly, youth constitutes a significant portion of Sierra Leone's population and play a critical role in governance, peace building, entrepreneurship, and national development. Despite their contributions, many young leaders remain recognized and undersupported. Due to this backdrop, we organize this event to showcase the unseen heroes and the undersupported youth who needed the recognition to make this country great. The purpose of this award is to shine the national spotlight on them and connect for funding and mentorship and inspire the next generation.
The initiative also highlights the importance of youth inclusion in decision-making and national development, reinforcing the message that young voices matter.
National development is not just a government policy. It is the graduate who start a small business because money is necessary. Let this plan not be the end of your journey, but the fuel for your fire. Sierra Leone is not just a place on a map, it is the sum of our effort. Rise, work hard, and let us build the salon we deserve.
With participants drawn from all 16 districts, the Grand National Youth Award marks a significant step in promoting unity, leadership, and civic responsibility among young people in Sierra Leone. As the event concludes, organizers hope the momentum will continue, inspiring more young Sierra Leoneans to lead with integrity and purpose. Issa Bangura, AWV News, Freetown.
65 years of independence is a milestone that invites both celebration and reflection. Now, while the streets of Freetown were filled with festivities, some are looking toward the next generation or, well, to ensure Sierra Leone's story isn't lost to time. The Momo Center for African Life and Culture, in partnership with the Ministry of Tourism and the One Love Salon Foundation, took a group of future leaders on a journey through the past to spark a revival of our national heritage. Our reporter Abubakar Sidiki Jallo followed the tour. Our reports.
As Sierra Leone clocked 65 years since it gained independence from colonial rule, celebrations spread across the country. For some, this was a call for better preservation of the nation's history, culture, and tradition. The Momo Center for African Life and Culture organized a tour for children. From the weathered walls of historic monuments to the sacred spaces of our ancestors, the children weren't just reading history, they were walking through it.
This is the National Railway Museum we will enter, and I want to welcome on behalf of management.
Francis Momo revealed the initiative was aimed at encouraging creativity, cultural revival, and educating young people from different backgrounds.
This is an exploratory and education program for these children to be exposed to their heritage and see how best Sierra Leone can educate people about their culture.
Not only in Sierra Leone but in Africa and the global African diaspora.
We also support the Ministry of Tourism and Cultural Affairs, Year of Culture and Creativity. We passed through the Rainbow City and then went to the National Railway Museum so they can learn about the industrial heritage of Sierra Leone.
Especially when it comes to to the railways.
We went to the old Frabi College building, which was called the Athens of West Africa.
The historic building.
This Children Cultural Unification Tour was an attempt to bridge the gap in the cultural sector by exposing young people to their heritage.
Taxes that they should pay for their art, they rejected it. They said they are Sierra Leoneans and they are not foreigners. They met them here, they own their land, they will not pay.
For many of these parents, the tour was a bittersweet reminder of what was missing in their own childhoods.
It means a lot to me because I never had the opportunity to go to these places when I was a child. So seeing our children go to these historical places to learn is a blessing.
They not only go, they also go learn from the places that they visit.
I have learned a lot because till today, I had never been to the National Railway Museum.
So I make a good today, also go learn.
I want to encourage parents to allow their kids to partake in these activities instead of always going out to the beach so that they can learn their history.
The tour may have ended, but for these young ambassadors, the journey of cultural preservation is just beginning. As Sierra Leone's tourism sector celebrates its year of culture and creativity, the hope is that these children will not just inherit history, but actively shape it. Abubakar Siddiqui Jallo, AYV News, Freetown.
As part of its usual support to the society, AfriCell has, in collaboration with one of the student associations in Kenema, Tubmax, joined the rest of Sierra Leoneans to celebrate the country's 65th independence by hosting the Kenema Hike for Sierra Leone flag competition using different hiking routes in the eastern capital of Kenema. Sam Alfalahai reports from Kenema.
At 65, Sierra Leone has passed retirement and only depends now on her pension, as many will humorously say. On this day, leading telecommunication company in Sierra Leone, AfriCell, as part of its corporate social mandate to augment and honor Sierra Leone's push for issues that please and support citizens in the country, joined by Tubmax for Humanity and Leadership and celebrated with a hiking competition. The hiking contest kicked off at around 6:30 a.m. on the Maxwell Kobe Street of Kenema, right to the apex of the Kenema Cambo Hills. On the company's aim, Kabake, a brand ambassador for the company, said AfriCell is not only leading in the telecommunications sector, but also bringing joy and guaranteed happiness to Sierra Leoneans.
Sierra Leone has been more than a network.
AfriCell has gone beyond being a network. This company has always supported youth and community activities. Let the Kenema people count on AfriCell, for we are in for anything that has to do with healthy life. We've been doing the Kenema Marathon for the past 3 years, and now we have started hiking in collaboration with Tubmax, which is new.
AfriCell is undertaking huge corporate social responsibilities, and this is just one of it. We as a family, we are grateful and really appreciate them for this support.
At the end of the FCC hiking competition, saw the first winner take home 6,500 Leon. First runner-up received one Samsung Galaxy A06 and the third a MiFi internet connectivity package.
I really appreciate this winning, though it was tough to complete the race. What I have to tell anyone is a motivation. It all boils down to hard work through training. When you train well, you will make it.
It was indeed never too easy task. Thanks to God for reaching the climax. We went through a lot to reach here, enduring the pains to make us victorious.
The hiking competition was filled with joy and fun and created memories. Sam Alfalai, AYV News, Kenema, Eastern Sierra Leone.
This is Primetime News on AYV Television and Radio. Please stay tuned for more stories after this break.
Do you know you can transfer money buy airtime, and pay all your utility bills in just a minute? You can have access to your account anytime, anywhere. Welcome to the world of fast and easy. GT Wall. With the GT Wall, you can transfer money from one GT Co account to another, pay utility bills, get account statements, get airtime, and check your balance. With GT Wall, you can buy Exa anytime, anywhere. You can go to App Store or Play Store on your iPhone and Android devices, download the app, and enjoy. GT Co. Wouldn't you rather bank with us?
Mutig. This one is for the ones. The people who shaped their world and the winners who still put in the work. Cheers to those who start great things. When you start, you're hard to stop. You raise your game and never back down because you're bold enough to make it. To you I say, never stop. Mutig. Never stop starting.
All right, welcome back. I am Phoebe Sweel with Primetime News on AYV Television and Radio. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. Still in the news, efforts to promote girl-child empowerment in Africa are gaining momentum with organizations focusing on education, mentorship, and economic inclusion. Our reporter Ibrahim Ramadan Jallo gives us more on the story.
Girl empowerment in Africa continues to address deep-rooted challenges such as poverty, limited access to education, and child marriage. Through education, mentorship, and economic inclusion, young girls are being equipped with tools needed to unlock not only their potential, but also the future of the continent. They are not only dancing in celebration, but in pride, hope, and realization of their dreams. The Girls to Girls Empowerment Movement, a girl-led non-profit initiative, has recorded a major milestone, successfully graduating over 40 young women in its first ever graduation ceremony.
We are here today because we are graduating the first set of girls that have gone through the safe space. The safe space is a space where girls have the opportunity to express themselves and also to learn new skills and also be empowered. And so today we are here to graduate the first set of the girls who have gone through the safe spaces, and there are 45 of them, and they are being graduated today.
We are here to support girl-to-girl empowerment. We are partnering in the Empowerment of Girls initiative. We are here to support them, to give them the platform where they also look at us to support other girls. They are creating the leverage where they serve as platform to meet in other girls to support the initiative.
Empowering young women to become productive and confident members of society has remained a central objective of the Girls to Girls Empowerment Movement since its establishment in 2014.
Seeing some of them who have been through G2G over 10 years graduating to become alumni is going to be a new initiative under G2G that's going to enable the organization to thrive, but also enable young women to move to another level, which would give them more visibility, but enable them to give up to their organization and to their community. So it's a very proud moment. You're seeing the girls all dressed up and all excited.
I've been part of Girl Empowerment Movement for 11 years, so it's been a growth ground for me. It's been a ladder for me, so I've climbed through different facets of life with the help of Girl Empowerment Movement. I am an investment of Girl Empowerment.
The organization says it remains committed to advancing women's empowerment ensuring that girls are better positioned to contribute meaningfully to national development, especially in challenging times. For AYV News, Ibrahim Ramadan reporting.
Well, now in entertainment, Sierra Leonean musician and peace ambassador Alhaji Amadou Ba, popularly known as LAJ, and Prezo Koroma, president of the Sierra Leone DJs Union, SLEDU, have been granted bail following recent court proceedings, marking a significant development in their ongoing legal matter with the mayor of Kenema. The court's decision has sparked widespread reactions, with many supporters taking to social media to express relief and optimism. However, it is important to note that bail does not mean the case has ended. The development has drawn considerable attention across the entertainment scene as some fans and fellow artists continue to show support while awaiting the conclusion of the case. Well, that's it for entertainment. Now in sports, the Sierra Leone Football Association also played host to the 2026 West Africa Football Union Zone A 3 days medical workshop in Freetown. The program assembled medical personnel and football health specialists from various WAFU A member associations. Marie Esther Samura has more.
The training sessions addressed a range of essential topics, including injury prevention, emergency protocols on match days, and contemporary strategies for team medical management. All aspects were designed to enhance player safety and welfare throughout the region. During the closing ceremony, SLFA President Babadi Kamara referred to the workshop as a very important initiative to keep up with the ever-enhancing dynamics of football, noting the critical function of qualified medical professionals in the sport cannot be overemphasized. He recognized the consistent support of both WAFU A and the government of Sierra Leone, maintaining that such partnerships are fundamental to reinforcing football structures.
Your loyalty be to your country and not players or individuals. It is very, very important. For us football administrators, I believe these are things we've come across at various levels, and mostly it hurts the team, it hurts the whole nation. So please, when you go back, make sure you take your time through your federation, encourage club medical officers to get this knowledge. Organize trainings for your clubs, organize training for the other categories of your national teams, medical officials who are not here, so that you can transfer the knowledge gained during these 3 days training.
WAFU A President thanked SLFA and the government of Sierra Leone for facilitating the workshop, furthering that ongoing medical training is increasingly important as football becomes more sophisticated. He reaffirmed WAFU's A dedication to helping member associations strengthen their capacity through training programs. The workshop ended with a certificate presentation for participants.
And WAFU has completed a 3-day refresher workshop for general coordinators and match commissioners in Freetown. 16 participants representing 9 WAFU member nations, including Sierra Leone, were in attendance. Marie Esther Samura reports again.
The workshop focused on crucial aspects such as organizing and supervising matches, as well as match reporting, all aimed at raising competition standards within the region. At the certification presentation held at Hotel Bamoy, SLFA President Babadi Kamara described the event as a testament to the trust vested in his leadership and expressed gratitude to both WAFU A and the Sierra Leone government for their ongoing assistance. He said that continuous education and regional collaboration are essential within WAFU. WAFU A President also commended Sierra Leone Authority and the Football Federation for their hospitality, underlining the necessity of consistent professional development for football administrators to keep pace with the game's evolution.
Football is dynamic, football is changing every day. You have to be on the pulse to be able to catch up. And the competition, whatever we do, all other things that we do in football, competition is our raison d'etre. Organizing competition, that's one my friend, the chairman, Ibo, would always say. Everything else, if you don't organize football, then we are not a football organization. But that's the most important. Whatever we do is to organize competition. People want to go and watch. Athletes want to go and play. That's the most important thing. Referees have to go and participate. Coaches have to train the players and prepare. So they are mostly football. And who organizes that is you, the coordinators and commissioners. You are the one who organize it before, take care of after, and during and after. So this is one of the most important organs of the football structure. Therefore, this workshop is very ideal and couldn't have come better time.
The workshop ended with distribution of certificates to the participants.
Well, that's all for Primetime News tonight. For more stories, please visit our website. That's www.ayvnews.com. And if you have feedback on tonight's news, kindly send us an email to info@ayvnews.com. I am Phoebian Sweel. Thanks for watching and listening. Have a good night. Take care and bye for now.
You're watching AYV Television.
La Ferrucci, a taste of paradise.